Well, Arsenal won't stop looking in for midfield options from other teams that are really talented, and this time round, guess who they're interested in? It's Ryan Gravenberch, 20-year-old Dutch international playing for Bayern Munich. He was signed at a cost of 25 million euros from Ajax to Bayern Munich, and remember, that's where Erik ten Hag was, and Erik ten Hag got him from the academy and brought him to, or introduced him to the first team of Ajax. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are talking a little bit of around Ramsdale. Campbell, Kevin, one of the Arsenal legends, are gone ahead and really given him his props because of his scintillating form or incapable saves that he made out when a team known as Arsenal was drawing away at Liverpool 2-2. And lastly, we are bringing you the breaking news coming in from the Midlands of United Kingdom. Leicester City have gone ahead to appoint a new manager to come in and really do the job that was left there by Brendan Rodgers after being sacked by the board of Leicester City. And John Terry is among the coaches that have also gone to be part of the new manager of Leicester City. So, where do we start from? Let's do a little bit of Ryan Gravenberch. Today, played a goal. He comes in from Germany. Credible source, he has a very close ear to what is happening in the Bayern Munich team. Has confirmed to us that Arsenal interested in Ryan Gravenberch and monitoring his situation. No negotiations yet. Bayern trusts Gravenberch to make a breakthrough. Now all depends on Tuchel on whether he needs the player or not. If not, Ryan Gravenberch could leave this summer. So, as it stands, Gravenberch is not happy at a side known as Bayern Munich because he's not getting in the playing time he's really deserving. However much, when you look at the Google, they will show you that's going to have to play very many games. But how many has he started this season? What is worrying is simple. A manager that signs you and fails to really put you into the team, because he was signed by Nagelsmann and he failed to really put him in the team because Musiala, Kimmich and Goretzka are the midfield three that he really relies on, and sometimes instead of playing Gravenberch as a number 10, they used to play there the former Arsenal player known as Serge Gnabry. So it shows you that he might not be a player that might find himself in a position of really going in through at Bayern Munich. And look at Musiala, guys. Musiala is a talent that you can't drop. Musiala is undroppable of his talent, the way he works, and obviously his talent in the central attacking midfield of the park. You can't bench him for Gravenberch, meaning that Gravenberch is really having some difficult times at Bayern Munich, and obviously he talked to a certain Ajax outlet about his future at Bayern Munich, and these were his own words that reiterated the story coming in from Play to Goal. Gravenberch on his future: I would rather succeed at Bayern Munich, but if that doesn't work out, I don't get opportunities, then maybe I should live elsewhere. At the moment, however, I'm not so concerned with that, and I hope that I can change my situation at Bayern. Now, for Ryan Gravenberch, at just the age of 20, you would like to be playing every game. At that age, you are too hungry to be playing every game, but that's not the case at Bayern Munich, and unless otherwise the new manager Thomas Tuchel changes it, but he won't find himself at Bayern anymore. He's saying he would love to see himself really prosper at Bayern Munich, but if at all it doesn't, what is he going to do? He's going to go all out and make a very huge decision of really leaving Bayern Munich, because when you look at Bayern, he's playing with players who are really still having a lot of age on their side. Musiala is 18, 19. Joshua Kimmich is in his early 20s. This other player, Goretzka, is like 26. So it shows you that it's hard for him to penetrate through into the starting 11 of Bayern Munich, and I think he's just giving a chance to Thomas Tuchel. If Thomas Tuchel doesn't really give him a chance in these remaining games of the season, plus the game they're going to play today at Etihad Stadium against Man City, then he will find himself out of Bayern Munich. And this is how this story resonates with what Portugal told us, that Arsenal are really interested in the player. And you know what Arsenal does? You know what Arsenal is doing, and how Mikel Arteta is really giving these players better and better opportunities that have gone ahead to sign at Arsenal. You'll find yourself in a situation that Arsenal will be a very attractive destination to Ryan Gravenberch, because he can come in and displace Granit Xhaka. That's it. You know, if you watch the game of Arsenal versus Liverpool yesterday on Sunday, you'll get to know that they lacked a little bit of a person to really possess that ball a little bit better than Granit Xhaka. You know, Granit Xhaka is not a press-resistant player. He's not secure with the ball, and I think Mikel Arteta would love to get in Gravenberch, and that confirms to us that Arsenal is going to go in and sign 2 midfielders. One who is going to be as a CDM, the other one will be a number 8 who is going to come up and really act as a competitor for Granit Xhaka. You know, in that game of Liverpool, you put Ryan Gravenberch in that position of Granit Xhaka. I think Arsenal win that game effectively because the passing of this player is really immense. You know, has a very good shot on target. His physicality is undoubted, still 20 years, and he still wants to go on and really win very many beautiful games of football. And I think Arsenal can give him a second chance. And I think if at all Edu is discussing with his agent, is telling him, look at Martin Odegaard. By the time he came in from Real Madrid, he first came on loan, and see how his career has gone ahead to get revived. So if you're looking for a better team to come out and revive your career, I think you should be coming at Arsenal. So Arsenal has lots of reasons to convince Gravenberch to come and really play a very vital role into their season at the Emirates, according to me, because all is written on the wall that Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to improve very many players that he has gone ahead to sign at the club of Arsenal. Then Gravenberch was asked a little bit of whether he rushed to really come or to really leave Ajax. He said, these opinions leave me cold. I don't regret my decision. I had hoped and expected to be playing more at Bayern Munich. Until now, it didn't went as expected. For me, this is a pity, but I know how to deal with it. And I think he got it wrong. You know, if Sabitzer couldn't find himself in the starting 11 of Bayern Munich, why would Gravenberch hurry to go to Bayern Munich? They're having Musiala, Goretzka, and Joshua Kimmich. Maybe the contract situation of Goretzka was used by Bayern Munich to confuse Gravenberch, that we are going to really bring you in because Goretzka is going to leave, you know. Remember, in the summer, Goretzka was one of those players that wanted to leave because of the amount of money that was calling in for, and Bayern, I think, used that as a bait to really get in Gravenberch as a sign that you're going to be having enough playing time. But I think his agent got it wrong. At the age of 20, you don't take your player like Gravenberch to a team like Bayern Munich. That's it. It's better you find out a team like Tottenham Hotspur, like Borussia Dortmund, you get, such that he finds himself into a very good development mode. And that's what Donny van Beek suffered at Manchester United. He came in through, I think it was at the age of, he came in at the age of 22 at Manchester United. Then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer never played him frequently, and he lost his grip, you know. And it's Erik ten Hag responsible to get back his former player at Ajax to the levels expect him to be. So Gravenberch missing out on 1 year of not playing football because those minutes he gets, because of the cameos, he comes in through and really plays some 10 minutes, 15, 20. I think those are cameos. At the age of 20, you should be playing close to 60 or 7 minutes every game. So that was a decision that they got wrong, but I think they have a lot of time to rectify it. And if at all they want to go at Arsenal, I think they can get him. And I think Arsenal can get this player at around £30 million, meaning that Bayern will be making close to £10 million of profit from this player. And it will depend on whether Thomas Tuchel wants him to stay at the club or not. That's all about Ryan Gravenberch coming in from Portugal. A clause coming in from Bayern, meaning that if at all he is to be sold, it's going to be a decision of Thomas Tuchel. If Thomas Tuchel stands his ground and says we want to really keep him, then he won't go anywhere. Now, let's talk a little about Kevin Campbell, another Arsenal agent who scored close to 100 goals when he was then, were they 98? But he had some good appearances at Arsenal, and his head the following about Aaron Ramsdale's impressive save on Salah's shot in added time. He said, outstanding, 10 out of 10 for me. I've got to tell everybody, when he saved that, I stood up and I clapped. I stood up and I clapped at him, because that right there could be the save that wins us the league. I'm telling you that right now it's an incredible save, and it took a deflection. That's it. So that save that that save that Ramsdale does was really curled into by Salah towards the far post. I had never even noted that it had a deflection on it, but if I didn't have a deflection on it, then Ramsdale really did a very fantastic save. And those 4-5 saves he made in the second half kept Arsenal so much in the game. And obviously, as he's saying, that save could win Arsenal the title unknowingly. So as it stands, Arsenal is 73 points, and they are topping the Premier League table with 6 points ahead of City. Let's wait and see how City performs in its remaining games that we're going to come in through. Now, let's go a little bit to the Midlands. You know, last weekend, but one, we saw 2 managers sacked. The first one to be sacked was Brendan Rodgers, and in the night, we saw Graham Potter being sacked. Now, for Graham Potter, he has been replaced by Frank Lampard, who lost his first game away at Wolverhampton Wanderers against Chelsea, and on Wednesday he's going to be playing away at Real Madrid. Now, after that, Brendan Rodgers' replacement had not been found yet, and today a statement has been issued by the team of Leicester, and we now know who the manager of Leicester City is. Official, Dean Smith has been appointed as the new Leicester City and head coach. The appointment will see the return of Craig Shakespeare to the Leicester City dugout. Coaching staff will also include former England captain John Terry. That's what the club is going to hate to confirm. So Dean Smith comes in through as a manager of Leicester City. I know Dean Smith was really a manager at Aston Villa. He really came in with a lot of vibe. Then he got sacked, and Steven Gerrard came in through, and then Gerrard was sacked, and they brought in Unai Emery. But as it stands, it just comes to that Dean Smith is a very good manager. I like the way he really coached his football at Aston Villa, but this time around he's at Leicester City, a team that is fighting for its life, not to be relegated. But the new manager bounce can really help them a little bit, according to me, because you understand exactly why new managers really come in through. If at all you are seeing what Roy Hodgson is doing at Crystal Palace, and now they are placed 12th. You know, they've won their previous 2 games. They even put 5 past, is it Leicester City over the weekend? So 5 past Leeds. So when you look at Leicester City, they've played 30 games and they're having 25 points, meaning that they're having 8 games to really prevent themselves from being relegated, and that is going to call in for Dean Smith to do the needful and obviously help the team that is really conceding very many goals to really stop conceding and then score more goals to win. To me, I believe Leicester City have the players that can really see themselves saved, but can they click up with what the manager wants them to do in this limited period of time? That's the huge question that is crossing our minds, because this team of sorry about that. This team of Leicester City just needs proper coaching, a coach that is going to get the lives and talent of these players of Leicester back to the track. You know, Ndidi Somare, Yuri Tedimans, James Maddison, Jamie Vardy, Ikenacho, then this Zambian striker. So with that squad and breed of players they are really having, if Dean Smith happens to really put them well and they get out of their shells to really come out and really play for the team, I think Leicester City might find themselves in a position of really staying in the league. So your thoughts on to Arsenal interested in Gravenberch are welcome in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about Aaron Ramsdale's saves being still held by Arsenal legends, and Dean Smith being appointed as the new manager of Leicester City. Do you think he'll help them survive the relegation? Yes or no? I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And to all my Muslim viewers and subscribers, please, Ramadan Kareem. Not so? So let's call it quits for now. We are returning with the last story of the day, and this is serving us. Is it the 5th story of the day? We started way early with the player ratings. Then we brought in a story of Man City, because you guys usually say Rokani doesn't do stories of other teams. I think I do them. Then we came in through with Mikel Arteta title charge, positivity, and then now we are having a 4th one in the mix. So that's really great that we're going to put out 5 stories today. I'm out.